I'm sorry. The crowns are, it's not playing the same for here. Maybe it's playing different for you. But hey, welcome everyone to the pre-stream as we try to figure out all the little quirks of this channel. Here, let's have a dog video just for fun. Why didn't it play? Didn't play. My dog video didn't play. Oh, I know why. I had it. There we go. Now it'll play. There we go. Dog video. Weekly or monthly dog bath. Take him to the river, throw sticks in the water. He comes out clean. Sure saves a lot of headache.
He comes out, rolls in the sand, so he gets all like dirt and stuff off of him, and then he goes back into the water because you throw more sticks.
Yeah, well, I didn't download the ones from this last week when I took him to the river again. I forgot to download them and get them all set up.
So what is the temperature down there? Because up here, it's already 29 degrees. It doesn't usually get up that high till the afternoon. Like after about 1 p.m., it starts getting really hot. But it's 29 now.
So it's going to be like 30 plus there today. No, it's about 24, 25.
It dropped down to 21 degrees yesterday during the day, and I felt cold.
Well,
I think I've gotten used to the heat.
Get used to the heat, and that's what happens.
Yep.
Here we go. We'll have silent chickens pecking at strawberries. All right, everybody who was in the waiting queue, reload your windows so we have you back here to listen to the show.
It's surprising. I actually have nothing to add to the chicken saga. We still got the one who was put into chicken hospital to regrow her feathers after being bullied in the chicken hospital. We have to wait for her feathers to grow out enough so that when the others see her, they don't just rip them all out.
Yep.
And then I'm sure it's going to be a very entertaining story when we do the chicken snatching.
Oh, that will be an entertaining story. There we go. It's showtime. I should strip that sound out and use it somewhere.
Hey, there you go. That would be, oh my God, I'm just picturing all the different times you can use that. Oh no, maybe you shouldn't do that because that might get irritating.
Oh yeah, roosters are irritating. That's their whole job in life, is to be irritating.
Yep. That's why we have, I swear, every time we get a clutch of eggs, we end up with at least one rooster. And the rooster...
Yep. Keep going.
Sorry, I got distracted by the music.
Yeah. Rogan is big.
That's
giant.
Pretty cool.
Big giant 6-foot stick.
Is that like a commercial in work, or you just we're having fun?
I was goofing off.
I
was goofing off and seeing what I could create and throwing in different stuff and thinking, with a little bit of time and some effort, I could probably create a halfway decent commercial with Rogue as our promoter, saying, "Hey, no job's too big. Look at me. I've got an 8-foot stick. I can take it on."
It works, and like that's very commercially music too.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. I was just goofing off in the editor I was playing with.
Which editor?
The one that comes with Windows 11.
Ah.
It's called, what's it called? The Microsoft Clip Champ. Seriously, that's what it's called. I saw that and I was like, what is this? And it did this and
Does
it helps.
Does it have Clippy?
No, it doesn't have Clippy. Clippy's been turfed to the neither worlds of the
they call
interwebs.
It the Clip Champ. It should have Clippy. Clippy needs to come back.
No, we don't want Clippy
with
back.
An off button.
Yes.
He needs to come back with an off button.
Clippy was annoying. To the nth degree, Clippy was annoying.
Clippy was awesome, though. Sometimes, and he needs to come back. See? Your alter ego agrees.
Some of them are beaming back off the planet. We got to put more coffee in the cup.
Oh no, Influence WP. Your crown turned to number 2 when I got here. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Yeah. So I saw you as number 1, and then I logged in, and then I became number 1. You became number 2. I'm so sorry. I took your first place.
Ryan, you got to chat more, Ryan, to take her spot. She chats too much. If she's using a real chat, she doesn't have the master window that I have. If I chat in here, it doesn't impact anybody's ratings, or if my alter ego chats for me.
Yeah, there was a globe.
A globe.
I remember that vaguely. Okay, so alter ego said Clippy needs to come back. I think there was a globe too, and I do kind of remember there being a globe.
There was several different ones you could choose. It was just that Clippy was the most annoying of them all.
Yeah, but Clippy was also the most memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because Clippy was annoying. Clippy was actually pretty cool and pretty helpful when you were a kid learning how to read and write and stuff.
I just found it annoying. Always here. It looks like you're wanting to write a document. How can I help? It's almost annoying. It's they brought it back sort of with the Copilot now thing that they had. Yeah, the Microsoft, what do they call it? I forget what it's called. It's the new AI thing. It until you get
that thing.
Once you get it dismissed completely, it goes away. Unlike Clippy, you could never get rid of him. But the first time it showed up, it's like, it looks like you're trying to do this. How can I help? No, I don't want you. Go away.
Alter Ego said, I will have to boot up the Windows 98 machine and see what others there were.
MDN,
good
welcome
to see
to the
you.
show, man. Welcome to the show. You're here early today. We're still running through all of the stuff as I double check, triple check all of the recording devices to make sure everything's working the way it should. Speaking of which, we need to double check to make sure we've got sounds.
Squirrel!
There we go.
Yep, hearing the squirrel.
All right. That's all working well.
So far, so good.
We don't
hear it on the chat too.
There we go. We got all the chatting people in there. How many people in there? The sounds are all coming through all right. Amber doesn't sound tinny or anything. How's that?
Apparently that was loud.
Was it loud?
Squirrel was loud.
Oh. See.
Although we're both sounding good, which is awesome.
I'm not so certain about that, but hang on. All right, we'll blow some mirrors out again for a second.
Squirrel!
Yeah, it's popping up. It's popping up near the top. Let's see what I can do.
How to avoid having to listen to your parents. Turn up our show pretty loud and listen to that one clip over and over while we're trying to figure out how to make it level. Yeah. You won't hear anything.
What happens if I do this?
Squirrel!
There we go. I found a master control switch to adjust all the sounds, so maybe they'll all come through nice and even.
Ooh. Apparently, sounds and music are usually louder than both of us.
Yeah, that's because nobody's ever mentioned it to me, and all I see is the lines on my bars here, and if it's not popping into the red, I figure it's good. But there's just some things that, you know, you got so many. I got audio's coming from Teams from Amber. My audio's direct. The sounds are coming from my cart plane program, which has additional controls, and then it's all being fed into the OBS Studio. And in OBS Studio, you can adjust things, but because not every one of these items is coming in on a different feed, I can't adjust them on an individual basis. So a lot of things are fed into one feed, which feeds out to YouTube. Now, I could, if I wanted to, spend another several hours organizing up all the virtual inputs and outputs that I could set up for. Then I could fine tune this down to where our audio sounds like it's a professional setup. But I think we're pretty close with what I'm doing.
Well, we're doing better than some.
Way better than some. At least our audio is not unlistenable.
Ambien said, my crown is number 3. I need to work harder and vomit more nonsense, I guess. Absolutely.
There we go. There's the new challenge for YouTube. They like introduced this like somewhere around the last couple of shows we did. It was suddenly there. And I've seen it on others. It seems on one show I popped in on this morning, it seems I'm a number 2 fan. And now Ryan holds the number 1 crown on that show.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of a fun thing.
Gamification, get your fans to talk more so they can see who gets to keep the crowns.
Honestly, gamification is a fantastic idea just for life in general. I mean, you imagine the amount of stuff that people would get done if you got points for everything you completed?
Well, it depends.
And then like what do you get at the end? Like, do you get an upgrade in your car or what could you have that upgrade?
You got to have something
so cool.
something to turn the points in for. Here the gamification here for the crown is the social status of the host calling out the people that have the crowns. That's the reward for this one. So all right, let's see what we got here. Everything else is looking good. Bits and pieces. We need to move this over and this over. And
this and that and this. Over here, over there.
This and that and this. Bit by bit, blobs and mobs.
One of the kids got headphones that have cat ears on top.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out that the reason why these things have become a decent price, they're from Razer, but they're like actually pretty affordable, even though they're pretty high tech.
Mm-hmm.
Reason is they decided to put the microphone in the earpiece. And this headset is made for streamers.
Oh, okay.
What a terrible idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's made for streamers, and they put the microphone in the headset. Like, you can't even pull it out and have it near your mouth. They just have it in there. And when the kid was doing her research, over and over and over, people were talking about how terrible it is to have the microphone in the earpiece. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yes. You want the microphone to be able to adjust where the sound comes out of your mouth from the front. It doesn't come out from your ears. I know when we hear our voices, we hear it through the bone in our heads, but that isn't generally translated to the earpieces.
So, random thing that Hamdian distracted me with.
Mm-hmm.
Question of the day. If bug screens are supposed to keep bugs out, why don't they stop larger things, like mice? Had the screen door open because of heat. Now I have an unwanted new pet.
All right. I have
I think it's
no
because
idea.
mice chew.
Yes, that's probably the biggest reason why. Is because mice chew. And on that happy note, let's have a little music to carry us up to showtime.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill.
Alrighty then, it must be time.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for WordPress Plugins A to Z, not Z.
It's episode 654, and we have plugins for bulk deletion while sharing giraffes and some WordPress news, all coming up on WordPress Plugins from A to Z. WordPress, the king of content management systems, powering the web with over 80,000 plugins to choose from. How do you sort the junk from the gems? Welcome to WP Plugins A to Z, where we've been keeping the pulse of WordPress alive for over 16 incredible years. Join us every week for an unrehearsed, real talk breakdowns of the latest and greatest plugins, developer and community member interviews. Some weeks, Amber and I team up to dig in. Others, I'm flying solo, unpacking WordPress news, demoing a standout plugin, or sharing tips to power up your site. No scripts, no fluff, just the good stuff from A to Z. So plug in and let's get rolling. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Coming to you direct from the brewery overlooking beautiful southern Vancouver Island. I'm John Overall, and with me is the ever lovely
Amber overall.
And we're here for another great, fantastic show for you here. I've got my new coffee cup. It was my birthday present, where all the red shirts are beamed down on the planet right now. Kind of cool. You know.
They're not all red shirts. There's only ever one token red shirt. Come on.
That's
You
right.
have been watching Star Trek longer than me.
You're right. They're not all red shirts. They're on a red planet, though. So
They're on a red planet. But it's
Oh.
Kirk and his crew. There's only ever one red shirt.
we got to have somebody to kill every time. All right.
Exactly.
Well, that all being said, I don't really have all that much today. I just wanted to have that there. So.
Thank you for sharing, John. Now get down from that soapbox.
Welcome to episode 654. Elevate your website game. WP Plugins A to Z's latest episode reveals all. That sounds like such an awesome heading.
Yeah.
Or title, rather. Title.
It
We've
is
got
an
a
awesome
couple
title.
We've got a couple of great in-depth plugins to cover for you, some recent news in both the WordPress world and the tech world in general, and a couple of awesome WordPress tips. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you get yourself to the lake and go swimming. Right now is the perfect time of year because the lake has been heating up all summer, and it will be perfect for cooling you down. And it's also really good exercise, which means that when you go for ice cream after, you've already canceled it out, so you can have ice cream every time. It's awesome. Highly recommend this. A couple of reminders before we start the show today. You can join us here in person every Monday at about noon, 12 p.m. Pacific time to enjoy our show. Show notes are added to WPPluginsAtoZ's.com within 24 hours of the show airing. You can find them either on the homepage or in the podcast vaults. This is a value for value show, dear listeners, so help us get some love in by hitting some like button, sharing an episode or two, or just turn our show on really, really loudly. We'll catch somebody's attention, and then they'll listen to us and pass it on, so on and so forth. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
And if you stick around to the end, you will have a chance to hear some great questions. Sometimes they're meant for people who are new. Sometimes they're meant for people who have been around for a while and have forgotten more than anyone knows. And sometimes they're just there for entertainment. Our artist this week was Grok.
Grok pulled it off, man. He
Right.
not only gave me the prompt, but he's the only one that could use the prompt correctly this week. I went to 3 different AIs, and none of them could give me a halfway decent one off the prompt. And I went, oh, let's see what you can do at Grok, and he pulled this one off. And I went, that's kind of cool. I like that one. Yeah.
Cool.
Kudos to Grok for finally getting me a decent image.
Yep. So he's one who made the title and the image. It's awesome.
Yep.
If anybody out there would like to, you can send us in some art that you yourself have created. And if you don't have talent, go to an AI yourself and create something and send it into the show. It works really well. I personally use AI Cafe or Night Cafe. It's really fun. So send us in some art. We would love some art from people out there.
Yeah, more art would be cool. Then I don't have to do it.
Just before I move on quickly, Hemdian came up with a new business opportunity, Rent-A-Cat. We're
Cats.
the perfect people, and we're the perfect people to make the website.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
Please, can everybody be quiet? Please be quiet. Shut up! And now the news with Amber.
So if anyone out there has anything that they think should be added to the news, you can send it in to me at amber@WPPluginsAtoZ's. That's anything that you think that everyone in the WordPress world should be aware of. Just send it in to me. It'll get into the next news cycle. So news this week. First up, we have the WordPress vulnerability reports. We are down to 109 vulnerabilities this time around. 89 are plugins and 20 are themes. Currently, for the plugins, 56 have been patched with 33 left to go. And for the themes, 9 have been patched with 11 left to go. So be sure you have a look through that list.
Oh, yeah. I'm nothing. I didn't say a word. I'm mumbling to myself.
Okay, I'm just hearing things again. Got it.
Yeah. Or you might have heard the dog bark, and he's protecting me from the people running down the hall.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does he protect you from the seagulls too?
No, he
Oh,
doesn't. He ignores them.
but they're the ones that are actually dangerous to you.
Yes, yes, I know.
Okay, so next thing we have is the WordPress vulnerability report from PatchStack. I personally prefer these guys because they show you the most up-to-date thing. And you can flip around and you can have a look at the plugins, themes, all kinds of stuff. Very useful. I really like these guys.
Yeah, PatchStack's got quite the nice reports.
So the next thing I have here is just a quick mention to people in case they're unaware. There is a new 0-day bug in Microsoft SharePoint under widespread attack. So this is a Windows 11 thing, as far as I understand. It's what's going on is that the users of SharePoint, there is a bug that involves the theft of digital keys that can be used to impersonate legitimate requests on the server. To resolve this, you need to patch the bug and take the additional steps of rotating your digital keys. Check the link we have here in the show notes so you can go and read more information on this. Mostly, from what I understand when I looked into it, because I'd never heard of this before, it seems to be like a business thing that is used.
Yeah, I don't think I've used SharePoint in a decade or more.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it before, but I guess it's fairly popular for particular kinds of businesses where they have to share a lot of information.
Yep.
So this is, you guys, if you're listening, you need to go check this out.
If you use it.
Yeah. Next up, we have WordPress 6.8.2 is now available as of July 15th. So I have a link here. You can go check it out. This minor release includes fixes for 20 core tickets and 15 block editor issues. For a full list of bug fixes, I have a link here, and I've named it Release Candidate Announcement.
It's released. It's stable. I've been updating it across my site. So, and if you've got your site set for auto update, your site's already been auto updated for minor releases. Never let your site be set for major releases updates. Minor releases generally quite safe. And this is just a minor release.
So I'm just going to quickly throw this into the chat for you, Hemdian, because you said that you use SharePoint all the time in your day job. I don't know if it'll help, but that's where I found the information.
There you go. Go check it out if you use SharePoint.
Next up, we have WordPress 6.9 has been confirmed for release on December 2025 with the roadmap on the way.
I want to play. I want to have a sound that says "warning, warning, warning, do not update," because I'm hearkening back to several years ago when they put a major release out at Christmas time, and the crashes it caused were insane. You know, that's usually a very big, busy season for people. Whatever you do, if they release it in December, don't update it until January.
Yeah.
So. Anyway,
Yeah, that's one of my personal worries is that, like, also I've noticed that they tend to like put off the release date for one reason or another. So it's usually about 2 weeks after the initial date, 2 to 3 weeks, which is right around Christmas.
Yeah, well, they're
So
talking about
whatever you
December
do-
2nd. That's right in the peak of shopping season.
Yes, but what I'm saying is they often put the update off when it's a big update.
Yeah. Well, no, for the last couple of years, they've always come out fairly accurate within the date that they said they're going to release it.
I remember one last year for sure, but yeah, you are correct. They have been more and more.
They've been fairly accurate on it. It's like, I see no problem with it. We should get some really cool stuff, hopefully. I know they're, from the hints and things they've talked about, working on adding the AI, getting the new AI team from Automatic to, or the WordPress, I guess, to do something. So this will be interesting. So
that's actually slightly what my next article is about. The WordPress AI team publishes first roadmap focused on developer tools and infrastructure.
Yeah.
So this is actually really cool. They for their roadmap, I put the link to their direct roadmap as well, so you can go and check it out, read everything there is. They are talking about how there's going to be 4 stages. The first stage is they're working mostly in the PHP, making it more accessible for AI, is my understanding.
Yep.
So I don't fully comprehend everything, but from what I do comprehend, they're taking it in decent bite-sized chunks rather than trying to do everything at once.
Well, yeah, hopefully they've learned some lessons from the past.
Yeah. Next up, we have a new trust seal backed by WordPress hosts aims to set the standard for ethical hosting.
Yeah.
So this is a new certification aimed at improving trust, transparency, and abuse prevention in the hosting industry. And some of the biggest players in WordPress space are supporting this. There is a coalition of 24 companies, and this will be launched in February of 2026. They plan to start certifying providers in August. The stated goal: to establish a baseline standard for ethical hosting and provide a way for responsible providers to show they're doing more than the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this is going to mean for people who are hosting within the WordPress world.
Well, what it means for first off is a bunch of companies got together and said, hey, we need a new fancy logo seal for our website. But outside of that, it depends on what they're going to demand on people. You know, what are they going to charge for this certification process? There's a whole lot of things that I don't fully understand, having read it over briefly, because it did sort of sound interesting to me, because I do provide hosting for WordPress websites. And it's like, okay, is it something I can do or afford, or, you know, what has to be done? So at any rate, we'll see how it shakes out, is basically.
Yeah, this is something we're going to stay aware of, and we're going to bring any information we glean to our listeners here, because this is going to affect us directly as well.
Yeah.
So not really sure what's coming down the pike. I'm just going to keep focusing on the positive outcomes.
Yep.
And then I have a new proposal aims to bring phased updates to WordPress.org plugins. Now, this I thought was kind of interesting. So the new proposal is to introduce phased plugin rollouts to WordPress.org plugin directory. It's bringing out some serious discussions, because the idea here is to roll out an update to just a subset of users before rolling it out to everyone, which I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, that's really no different than having the alpha and beta testing zones, where you test it, have people come and test it, then the beta, you have more people come and test it, and then you roll it out.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, it's like going to be more like a wave, where you can roll it out to 300, then you can roll it out to 500, then you can roll it out to everyone, I think.
That's probably what it is. I do remember hearing something about this a while back, and I just sort of tossed it to the side. But yeah, it's particularly useful for plugin developers that have, you know, more than a few thousand, or the ones that are up there at 10,000 plus installs of their plugin, so that if something goes wrong that they didn't catch in the testing of their plugin, it doesn't impact everybody in a massive wave. It impacts a small amount, and they go, oh, we got to correct this before it's rolled out to the masses. You know, it's a way to help help eliminate the overload when a mistake happens.
That's kind of what I was thinking, which is, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, well, it's a great idea.
It could be great. We'll see how it is in practice, because it seems like it's going to go through.
Yeah, what's going to matter is how well it works in practice. And of course, that's pretty much for everything is, you got great ideas, but how's it going to work when it's actually needed?
And the last thing I have for today, for privacy and security, think twice before granting AI access to your personal data.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the thing is that as we're getting more used to AI, a lot of people aren't really thinking twice about asking AI to, oh, can you help me with this information? It's like, sure, but I need this information. They just give it to them.
Yeah.
They aren't thinking about it because they're so used to having AI just help them all the time. Well, you got to think about the people who are doing the regular lobotomies of the AIs to keep the AIs under control. They control the AI. That means they control any information you give the AI, which means that if you give them enough information, if enough people give them enough information, they can start making a buck off of the information that is freely given. Because when you freely give information, there is no caveats. They can do whatever they want with it.
Yep, pretty much.
So that is something to keep in mind. Free is never free. There is something that they are getting out of doing this for you.
If it's free, you're the product.
Exactly. So anytime you can, try to keep as little information as you can from the AI. Like one of the things I do with AI is I log in with my Google account. There's not really much personal information with my Google account. There's the information that's needed that is kept private and is not actually read by anything there. But by logging with Google account, all that the other entity gets is your login information, the outside of your account, and any information you decide to make public. And that is about as far as you need to go. Don't really need to do anything else with that.
Okay.
And then we have some extras here. Some more WordPress stuff, a bit on the current drama in the WordPress world, and some good how-tos.
All right. Well, that's all I got there, and just a little bit for me. All right, it's Rogue's Corner time, and I'm reading through, and I'm thinking, what did I must have gotten some old stuff in here somehow. So I'm going to skip a bunch. You can check the show note links to see what I've got here. But we've got a couple of, yeah. Give me a second here. Go find what thought I should have been looking at.
So you wrote off in an extra note and then forgot to copy it over.
Yeah, well,
it's okay. We've all done
it. Somewhere here. Somewhere, somehow. I
completely agree. I think that what Dad should do is he should set up a camera. And then he should play the barking of Rogue while Rogue is standing there so we can all see Rogue's reaction when he hears himself barking.
Yeah, oh, it's actually quite comical when he hears it, but he can't hear it right now because it's only in my headphones. All right. Well, somehow the links I've got there are not the ones I thought should have been there, and it's mildly confusing. So I'm going to skip out on all my news today, except for I had some information. More information about the LLMS text stuff and dealing with that, and it seems to have vanished. But we'll just go with the one item I've got today. So it'll be a quiet day for me in Rogue's Corner. I have forked a plugin that will help you display the LLMS text file on your website, and it converts your stuff into an MD file, markdown files. It creates a roadmap or a map in there that the AIs can read and get to the markdown, and it's set up to go into different categories. You can display different categories from your content and more. I did quite a bit of work to it, so go check that out. That's kind of useful, but I had something else in my head, and it's all gone now. So we're just going to roll right through this mess and move along right quickly to plugin time. There we go. We'll just jump right into plugins. At least the plugin I've got here is what I meant to talk about. So I didn't mess it all up this week, but hey,
good.
Roll with it. Plugin I've got for you here today is WP Bulk Delete. I recently had need of this on a client's website who we do the monthly management on. Somewhere someone had gone in and rechanged the security setting to allow people to register on the website. Don't know how that happened, but it wasn't there before. And of course, over the course of a couple of days, it's like all of a sudden, why is this getting pinged with registrations? And by the time I got to look at it, it had 42,000 registrations on the site. And
oh, wow.
this plugin here, WP Bulk Delete, helps you eliminate those in a rather quick fashion. Don't try to do more than 1,000 or so at a time, simply because unless your server is extremely good, and very few people's is, mine is good, but I didn't want to impact other clients while trying to delete 20,000 at a time. We remove them at, several thousand at a time. It allows you not only to remove bulk users set up, it removes other unnecessary bulk data, comments, taxonomy terms, meta fields, posts, anything that has suddenly become bloated due to being compromised in some way, or leaving a setting on your WordPress website that allows anyone to register as what's the lowest registration? As a subscriber to your site. Because the bots will find that, and if it's unprotected, they will abuse it to no end. So, at any rate,
they have a bad habit of that.
At any rate, this is a really great plugin. It gives you everything you need for free. It has a few paid features that allows, if you got other things you need to schedule deletions or other things to happen, it's got these additional paid features, which makes it fantastic. But on the whole, it is a fantastic plugin, and it can bail you out of hours of misery or going into the database and running SQL queries. So, at any rate, go check this one out. WP Bulk Delete, and I give it a 5 dragon rating.
I seem to remember you using that at some point to delete all kinds of issues that were going on.
I've used it off and on over the years, and every time I need it, it's better than it was before. So
that is just perfect. That's how plugins should be.
Yeah. I don't need it very often, but it's nice to have when it's needed to help clean up the mess.
I've got a lovely tip for everyone today.
All right, and there you go.
So if anybody out there has a tidbit tip they'd like to send in and have read out loud, maybe it's some advice that you'd like to pass on to the younger generation, or maybe it's a hilarious story of how you fix something by doing something completely out of left field and somehow it works every time. We'd love to hear it. Send it in to me at amber@WPPluginsAtoZ's, and I will put it here. My tip to everyone today is, has anyone ever had one or two of those weeks where you just can't focus? No matter what you do, you go to get a project done, and then you realize that you've been staring at that blank screen for over an hour. Or you go to complete an errand and realize you just auto drove home in your company car, or worse, you get to wherever you're going and have completely forgotten why you were there. Or sometimes you're like on your way there and you don't even remember where you're supposed to go. So you have to like go back to work to ask the same person who just sent you on the errand, where am I supposed to go? I know I've had a couple of those experiences, maybe more than a couple. Well, I'm pretty sure we all have them. And you're not failing by having one or two or sometimes even 3 of those weeks. It just happens. And especially during those months that most people are on holidays, months like summer and Christmas. My tip to you today is to is that during those times, work on things that are not your usual work, but still need to get done. Things like research, courses, making lists, things like that. Pick an idea that you had a while back and see if you can actually make it happen now. Doesn't matter if it's trying to figure out how to make a scroll one backwards on a wheel, it's still an idea, and it gives you something to work out your brain to try to figure out how to move forward. By doing these things, you're pulling away from the work that you're feeling burnt out on, but you are still being productive for your work overall. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can also turn it into a real life video game. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. And likely most ADHD people out there have either heard of or tried this already. And if you've tried it already, you've probably, like me, figured out that it actually works pretty well. especially if you have the patience to actually set up a point system. Once you get to that X amount of points, you get to go get a treat, you get to go do something fun, or watch a ridiculous movie, something awesome. So falling into that 1 to 2 weeks of inability to concentrate is really rather normal. Don't beat yourself up for it. Just give yourself something else to focus on, and maybe get yourself some points and go do something awesome.
Sounds cool. All right.
Dragon rating time.
There you go.
So my plugin today is called Share a Draft - Improved. I got this from web321.co, and they are, I love these plugins. They're all so awesome. This one is totally free, and it is designed to streamline your work when you're working with a large group or just with editors. I've worked with editors. They are awesome and amazing, and nothing can get done without them, but they want to see everything over and over. And this will make it very easy. You can pick and choose who to share the draft post with, so anyone on your team can check it out, and you don't have to actually press publish, and it just makes life so much easier. So when you download and activate this plugin, you will see nothing. So don't be alarmed. Where you will find this plugin is under posts at the bottom of the little drop-down list. When you click on posts on the left-hand side, at first I was expecting something to pop up somewhere, but nothing did. So it's okay. That's how it's supposed to happen. When you click on share a draft that's under posts, you will see your list of currently shared drafts, which the default is no shared drafts, but you'll see that in the listing area. Beneath that, you will see share a draft with a drop-down option list. When you click on the arrow that goes down, you will see all the different drafts that you have ever made that are still drafts. You click on one of those, it shows up above in the currently shared drafts area, and then you can tell it how long you want to share this link that you're creating for. You can share it for whatever number up to 999. Anything above that, you crash the plugin. Yes, I did test this. So you can change it for however long you want to share it for, whether it is minutes, hours, days, or weeks. Really useful. You cannot share it for 999 weeks. I tried that too. Well, you gotta test it thoroughly.
Yeah. You got to push it to the limits.
So when you do crash the plugin, it's not that bad. You just refresh it and it comes back to normal.
Good for you.
Yep. So once you decide how long you're going to share it for, you hit share it. And the draft will have a lovely link that you can then copy and paste and send to whomever you want. And so long as your site is live, then you can send it to a person and they don't have to be logged in or anything. They click on that link, they can see the draft, and they can make their notes and tell you what needs to be changed. If your site is not live, like if it's behind one of those maintenance walls, or it's just hidden from everyone, the person is going to need to have a login in order to see to read the link. So that's something I wanted to make sure everyone is aware of. Oh, and where you see your post that you're sharing, where the link is, there is actually an option at the end on the right-hand side to extend or delete the link. So for extend, if you click on that, you'll see the same kind of setup as before, where you get to put in the number and then you choose minutes, days, hours, or weeks. And you just hit extend, and the time limit for how long it's available for will extend by that much. It's really easy to use, very straightforward. I really like this plugin. It's awesome. And also, I don't know if I mentioned already, but it's free.
Yes.
Totally cool. I highly recommend going and donating like a coffee or two, because this is really well done. I rate this at 5 dragons.
Very cool. Nice work. All right. So,
Do we have a sound for miscellaneous announcements? I can't remember.
how's that?
Great. That works. So if anybody out there has an announcement, like a meetup that you want to let the world know about, send it in to us and we'll put it here under miscellaneous announcements from all. Currently, what we have is the next 5 WordCamps that are around the world. And then we also have the link to the wordcamp.org. Below that, we have a link to the meetup.com for WordPress if you're interested in finding a meetup for WordPress near you. And that is all we have here at the moment.
That it is.
We-
I threw everything off today.
Apparently. Where did the sound for affiliates go?
Oh, are we in affiliates now?
Yeah.
How's that? I don't know.
Sure.
I need to relabel some of these sounds on my cart system here. All right. Yes, affiliate programs. We're going to be talking about our affiliates, and we now have 4 instead of just 3.
Oh, we have 4?
Yes, we have a 4th one. I added a 4th one
Oh,
this
yeah.
last week. I added a 4th one. We'll talk about it in a moment. All right. So the first one on the affiliate program we talk about is Termageddon. And of course, that's because nowadays you got to comply with all the privacy policies across the globe, depending on where you're at, who your target market is, who your audience is, who your customers are. You have to comply with privacy policies for people all over the globe. Termageddon makes that easy. They also make it easy for setting up a cookie policy, and it's just an annual licensing fee of about $112 US, and they keep the policies all up to date for you. All you got to do is answer the right questions, and they'll let you know if things are being updated, and they'll ask you to answer additional questions if need be. If not, they just update it for you. Go check it out. Use our affiliate link, and we make a small commission, but doesn't change the price. Go check it out.
Next, we have Rank Math, which is a fantastic company to work with on your sites for SEO. The free version will give you everything you need to get started, so all the basics that are needed to at least get your website recognized out there in the world of SEO. And then if you need more, you can go up to the premium, which is actually fairly decently priced. And even if you don't have a premium account, if you need help from their customer service, they still treat you like a human. They will still help you, and they will go above and beyond to help resolve whatever issues come up. I love these guys specifically because of that, because I've had a lot of bad customer service, but I do love their actual tools and everything as well. Oh, they use regular people language rather than geek language.
There you go. All right, the other ones we've got here is BunnyNet, which is an excellent CDN network, which is affordable and very fast and easy. And there's a fantastic plugin, I don't remember the name of it, that we reviewed that you can set up in your WordPress website that makes connection to BunnyNet a piece of cake. So go check it out. It's the most affordable CDN network that I've used, and it covers everything. The final one we just added this one in here, is Glow WP Maintenance Manager. I've been using it now for about a month and a half. I wanted to analyze it, make sure it was worthy of becoming an affiliate program, and I did an interview with Phil from Glow about a month and a half or so ago, back when I first investigated this system. And it's got some fantastic options you can't find in any of the other WordPress maintenance managers. The one that I find most useful is the creation of the monthly report. Once you get that monthly report fine-tuned, and you can have it set the monthly report to be the same for all your sites, or you can create one master copy, set it for all sites, and then as you're going through your client sites, you need to customize it for the site, you can then save that monthly report as a customization for each individual site, so that when you go back month after month, you can add the things or tweak it, and you only have it for that one site. That is the biggest thing I've found with it. It's also got other features like connecting into your analytics. It's got an uptime report. If you use the backup system they offer, it also gives you automatic backups. We have a different way of doing that, but on the whole, it's fantastic. And what we've got is a coupon code that you can use for a 10% discount on your subscription for life. And forever long you get it once you set up with the discount code that we've got, WPPluginsAtoZ's. Use that discount code and you get the 10% off, and it just keeps going for as long as you stay subscribed to them. So go check them out. It's a really fantastic one of all the management systems I've ever tried, and I've tried a lot of them over the years.
It's pretty amazing, I have to admit.
Yeah. It prints out, it gives you a beautiful PDF report. Once you customize it with your company logos, your colors, everything. it comes from your company. Plus, if you go set it up correctly with a subdomain, it's almost like it's running on your own website.
Yep.
So it's quite fantastic. So go check that one out. All right.
Donations.
Donation. There you go.
It's time to donate to WP Plugins A-Z.
So these are donations as I write it out from across the galaxy, which I think is hilarious. I forgot I've written that out. So producership credits are a thing that do actually exist, and we do offer them up to those who donate through time, talent, or treasure. If you are interested in getting one of these credits to boost up your resume, add to your LinkedIn file, so on and so forth, you can help us out with some time, talent, or treasure. You can go to our website and click on the time, talent, or treasure in the menu area to find out what they're all about. And if you are not interested in that at all, you can still use us as a stepping stool for yourself. You talk to us, get yourself interviewed, have us make an announcement for you. We will help you we'll help you loads. We want to help everyone. So reach out to us. Great idea. You can see more information at WPPluginsAtoZ's.com. And today's plugins we covered were?
I covered up WP Bulk Delete by Xylus Themes. It's great for clean up database, remove posts and comment deletions, users, WooCommerce users. There's a lot of things this thing will bulk delete for you, saving you tons of grief and time. And when I go check it out, I gave it a 5 dragon rating.
And I covered Share a Draft Improved by Web321. Easy and secure sharing. Full control over access. No logins required. Your reviewers don't need a WordPress account. I rate it at 5 dragons. And if you are interested in reaching out to us, you can send us something to our brick and mortar address, which we have lovingly put down for you here in the show notes, or you can reach out to us through the internets. We also have our internet addresses here for you. Q&A time.
It's question and answer time with John and Amber.
So if anyone out there has a question that they'd like to ask my dad, send them in to me at amber@wppro.ca. Just a quick one. If you are interested in finding out my dad's opinion on something, you can also send that into me as well, because it doesn't always have to be a question. Like today, I'm going to be asking for advice and stuff. Like the first question here. What advice do you have for those entering into this industry today? I pretty much ask you this once every 6 to 8 months because it seems to change every time because of the way that technology changes. So what is the advice you have today?
Run. Go back to school, get a trade, become an electrician, a welder, carpentry. Do something that's never going away. No, seriously. The advice doesn't really change all that much. If you really want to get into computer, web development, design, graphics, coding, whatever, is spend time reading, practicing, get your own website and start building it and breaking it, man. You only learn when you build and break.
No, that's just true.
You know, you have to build and break. You have to experiment. You have to see, can I really run 500 plugins on a WordPress website? Maybe.
What about building and breaking with AI?
That's another one, building and breaking with AI. And especially AI now, people are starting to realize that AI is not the end-all be-all. It's like, oh, wait a second. It creates stuff that I can't figure out what it did or how it did it. I need a pro now to help clean up the mess. I'm trying to think about some of the things I've seen lately. It's like AI is great if you already know what you're doing. Oh, if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, let AI run amok. It will have fun with you. So yeah, the biggest advice is just spend time learning all the systems. Start playing with them. And if you don't have to be doing something, we got all kinds of things going on here. Yeah, of course. If you don't have to be making money immediately with it, spend a lot of time researching, reading documentation, trying things out, following different people online, go read the forums. buy a domain, find out what the process is for getting your website online. Don't just go with, oh, hey, Bluehost, here's nice, easy, and simple. Well, yeah, sort of. Or you got the people who go, oh, I can do this over on WordPress.com. Well, yeah, you can, sort of. You'll want to learn how. You'll want to get a good hosting provider that provides a good, proper control panel where you can access the files in the back end. You need to learn some of that stuff if you're going to advance in this field. So that's the advice.
And the next question is, what do you think is going to be the hardest thing to overcome for people new to this industry in today's world?
The delusions that the AI can do a better job than the coders.
Yeah.
Well, it's been batted around in different forums and on a couple of different podcasts I've listened to where, the customer comes to them, hey, we got this great plugin we put together in AI. Can you install it on our site? And it's like, no, not without a release of liability for what it is, because I have no idea what the thing does or what it will do. The AI is going to be the biggest thing to overcome, because the AI is becoming more and more prominent in everything, and you're going to have to learn how to work with it and how to use it to make things happen.
So I just read Hemdian's post.
Yep.
That's awesome. Was posting mouse question to Facebook using Work's laptop, and Facebook now has not safe for work ads, specifically for Kickstarters for a special area sound system, including a behind subwoofer.
A rectal subwoofer, really?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
whatever floats your boat, I guess. I'm not judging. But on my Work's laptop, so don't really need an ad blocker, but maybe I do need a NSFW ad blocker. Is there such a thing?
I have no idea. I
don't know. The only thing I can think of is like turning on like the parental controls.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of, is turn on parental controls, because if you turn on parental controls, it removes all of the NSFW stuff. But I mean, it could also remove other things that you may need access to. So I don't know.
All right. And on that happy note, folks, we're going to let our girl take us out of here. Those of you listening on the downloads, you want to catch the additional stuff, before and after show stuff. And before and afters, the after is often really good. Amber's often got really crazy questions that come in only on the YouTube channel. So you'll have to wander to the YouTube channel, catch out the end, and then you'll listen to it. With that, I'm going to let our girl take us on out of here.
Reminders for the show. All the show notes can be found at WPPluginsAtoZ's.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A-Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by you, the developers, because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to WPPluginsAtoZ.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show through your favorite podcast app. You can also watch the show live on YouTube at WP Plugins A-Z, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. You can also follow the show on X at WP Plugins A-Z. John can be reached directly through the website WPProAtoZ.com or email him at john@WPPro.ca. Amber can also be contacted through the website at WPProAtoZ.com or email her directly, amber@WPPro.ca. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
There we go.
I love that you kept a little giggle in. It's great.
Oh, that's never going away, man. That is permanent. That is permanent. I'll beat him over the head with it when he's in his mid-20s and early 30s. He brings home a girlfriend and say, hey, check this out.
So Hamdian just said, hey, I got back to number 2 crown. The number 1 must be within my grasp. Yes, my friend, it is, because you were number 1. Then I started talking again. So keep going. You'll get the number 1.
Yeah. All right, let's hear the final 2 questions. Let's get this rolling.
So first one, I actually think this one is kind of important. Do you think the algorithm that people live in online can affect the answers we receive when we go researching?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
That's why I'm constantly messing with mine. The algorithm that people have online, because it depends on what you search for and all the stuff you do, it does impact the answers you get. The algorithms, I mean, I'm trying to think of, Facebook is the most famous one that got themselves in trouble for tweaking algorithms to cause people emotional distress.
Yes.
Other things.
But they aren't the only ones to do it.
No, everyone does it. They all mess with the algorithms mercilessly, and the AI is even getting better at it because it can search in places you didn't know or forgot you'd been to and existed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and of course, there's the settings in your browsers that allow some things to be able to access your search history, et cetera, et cetera. It's like all of that is taken into effect, which is partly why I like to randomly look for shit I'm not interested in.
Yeah, I do a bunch of research. The kids do a bunch of research.
Well,
I have such a weird algorithm.
That's the other thing is if you actually share, like I shared my stuff with someone for a while, and because they'd search for I'd get random things. It's like, what is this? And it's like, because it doesn't know what to do when it has multiple people in the same data source, it gets confused. So yeah, the algorithm does affect what you're getting. And
it affects what you're getting, but I'm wondering, like, if you go searching for something, like, for instance, searching for subwoofers and the different kinds of them.
Yeah, you're going to get. You're going to get rectum subwoofers. Yeah, okay.
Well, no, my question is like, are you going to end up if you've never actually looked them up before? Are you going to end up with that popping up, or are you going to end up with just a whole bunch of information of all the different kinds of subwoofers? Like, what if there's subwoofers that go into the bottom of your shoes? Will you see those too?
Yeah, maybe.
If you're looking for a thing in particular, because what the search engine is supposed to do, it's supposed to only look for those words individually.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So if it's looking for those words individually, your algorithm should not affect the answers that you're getting. However, because the algorithms have been affecting so much, I'm wondering if they are now affecting the search results that you are getting as well.
Probably. I would bet on it. But because I don't know fully, I just figured that that's what they do.
Well, I started thinking about this because I was chatting with the kids and we were talking about something in history. Some holiday that we were talking about, why it started, how it started, and they couldn't find the answer, but I could. That's why I started thinking about it, wondering like, hey, this isn't something they usually look up on their little algorithms.
Yeah.
But mine has so much randomness in it, I was able to find it. And we basically use the same words, but we each got different results.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. So that I just wanted to see what you thought about that.
Yeah, I absolutely feel like that's it. So that's why you got to randomly throw in strange shit into your searches just for fun. What you say in offline conversations but near a device with a mic, cell phone, smart speaker is shared with online algorithms, including your YouTube feed. Yes, to a certain extent it is now. Nothing's sacred anymore.
True.
Nothing is sacred anymore. The only way you can keep it all completely sacred is take all your devices and stuff them in a lead-lined box that, can't get out.
Or leave them at home when you go for a walk.
Yes, leave them at home when you go for a walk.
But you see, when it's the mic that is getting shared with your online algorithms, it's picking up all the voices around you too. So you are actually getting more randomized information added into your algorithm at that point.
Yeah, could be.
And it helps to expand what you will find. So yeah, there's negative drawbacks, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like it does kind of help with your algorithm. It's a very interesting thing that I've been looking at recently.
Hmm.
So my last question here is, do you think that the AIs people are beginning to rely on are affecting the information they're able to reach online? After all, each AI is different and they don't all pull from the same places. For instance, you ask Grok about pineapples, and then you go and you ask ChatGPT about pineapples. Are you going to get two different answers? And are people aware of this, do you think?
Yes, you do get two different answers. And yes, you do get different answers. And the vast majority of the people are not aware of it that are using these because they just don't think about it. They just think, oh, this is cool. And there's people that are getting sucked in to the AIs that are, oh my God, the AI knows me. It loves me. I've got a relationship with it, etc. It's like they're creating AI therapists.
Yes.
And that goes back to I can't remember it, something that was done in the 1950s when they thought about the beginnings of AI, and they were using feedback loops of computers. People would type into a computer some text, and the computer program was designed that it would take what someone typed in and would take the words and it would rephrase it back to the person as a question. And what that did is it actually, the people they ran the studies on, they had to stop the studies because there were people that were starting to think that this rephrasing back, which was the person basically talking to themselves, but they're starting to think it was a real person that was giving them virtual insights into another reality. And you're starting to see that pop up online now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, this is what's going to happen with it. And yeah, and the thing is, each AI is going to be different. I mean, Grok's pulling from the vast reserves of X, whereas ChatGPT is pulling from the vast reserves of Facebook, because ChatGPT is tied. Not Facebook, in Microsoft, because ChatGPT is tied to Microsoft. I'm trying to think what AI is tied to Facebook. But at any rate, they're pulling their vast reserves of data from those points, so they're getting that specific overall consciousness of stuff.
Yeah, and like Grok.com, I don't know if he still can, but for a while he was able to have access to the entirety of the internet.
Yeah, he's still got access to the entirety of the internet. I used him the other day to help me write a program, and he accessed stuffs on the internet all over.
Okay, but like where on the internet he goes, I guess, is determined by his previous knowledge gained through X.
No, you can tell him to go look at specific websites if you want.
Yes, but if you just let him go find the answer for you, is he more likely to go and search for things that are more familiar routes, like what he found through X, do you think?
Yeah, but
Yes, because of the way that he was made.
And you're
and the way
right.
he was trained.
You're right, Hamdian. The AI is hallucinating, and it will continue to hallucinate. Canadian
MD,
Tire.
you got the #1 crown.
There you go. You got the #1 crown, Hamdian. Nice work. You took it away. All right. So yeah, it's like it is going to give specific data to specific people based upon what those people do, what they know about those people, what they trick those people into putting into the AI, convincing people to add more information about themselves or their specific peculiarities or whatever it is. So yeah, this is going to have massive impact, and we're going to see the problem of people's mental issues. A lot of it's going to exacerbate over the next few years.
Which is unfortunate. And I think this is something that people who are in this industry need to be aware of, is that these various algorithms are affected by where these AIs were trained, and the way that people search. We just throw it into Google.
Yep.
Google is not the same across all things. Like Hemdy in there told me that when he and his mom put the same search terms into Amazon search bar, they get completely different results.
Yes.
And that's because it bases the results, it tailors the results based on your history of buying. And it's the same thing with Google. It will tailor the results to your IP based on your history.
Yep. It's not your IP. It tailors it to your computer because every computer.
Sorry,
has
your computer.
Every computer has a specific ID it sends out every time you get data from the internet.
Yes. So yes. Sorry. To your computer.
And it can also vary across your browsers that you use.
That is also true.
I've used 3 different browsers for searches to find information so I could get something right. Because it varies on what that browser has visited and that browser's history. Because every browser has a different history. At least mine do.
Well, mine do too, because like each one has something that you specifically use it for. Like one is for development, one is for checking things out, one is for music, one is for other things. Like people who use more one browser tend to use each browser for something that it works best at.
Yep. Oh,
so that is another trick to use.
I got to go mute.
I guess he had to answer the phone. That's what it looks like. But yeah, so this is something I wanted to bring up and talk a little bit about just because I have been noticing things and I've been thinking a lot about this. And I think it's something that we should all be aware of, especially in this industry, because a lot of people in this industry have allowed themselves to kind of fall for the trap where they are allowing the AI to write something for them, or they're allowing the AI to do things for them that they would normally at least try to do themselves. Another aspect of the AI that I've noticed is that the average IQ of people who now rely on AI is actually starting to go down, which is not really a good thing.
All right. Well, I think we need to wrap this up. It is the end of the show because I've got somebody coming up to do a few things. They showed up early. So we'll call that a show. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. And for everyone who hung around to the very bitter end, we're going to play a little music to carry us on out. And you get to hear Rogue. Can you hear him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's because I got a guest here and he thinks he should eat every guest that comes in.
It's his prey drive.
Yeah. All right. A little bit of music. Carry us on out.
These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning. Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread. We're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder. We're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder.
All righty, folks. That's all we've got for you now. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Oh my god, that is amazing!
Oh no. Obviously, we just lost the satellite feed. That sucks.